both fighters in the cage. It is time for the final introductions. First, fighting out of a blue corner, representing Team Kazakhstan, Anatoliy Zolotykh. And his opponent, fighting out of a red corner, representing Team Balkan Champions, Voja Simicic. And the referee in charge of this contest is Derek O'Dove.
5.8 kilograms, Anatoliy Zolotykh in the blue corner. His opponent, Voja Simicic in the red. Anatoliy was center cage here. Could be the longer of the two with the longer reach.
Yeah, I think so. Pressure really is on Vojislav to get that first win for the Balkan team. Big head kick.
Very clear fighting style from these Team Balkan champions.
Capitalizes on the mistake from Simicic.
Anatoliy, one of Kazakhstan's top up-and-comers, gold medals at both the Asian Open and the Junior European Open in 2019.
Oy.
That was a low shot.
You can hear that straight away, gentlemen.
That noise hurts.
Sure, we may as well have a wee look at the replay, lads. You just heard that dull thud that you know it landed clean.
Hey. Go.
So we take a look at the replay. Yeah,
right up the middle.
That was clean.
Tight plum clinch. Once again, pressed up against the cage in that over-under position. I think it's almost inevitable that fights end up in this position at some stage, especially throughout the course of an amateur fight.
Well, it's an ability to shut down the striking game, isn't it? As well as try to sap your opponent's cardio, control to gain the takedown. Nice high crotch. I love the way he tripped the leg as well.
What strength being used there.
Zolotykh looking for the back here. He can
a little bit low.
Yeah, he needs to walk himself up the body.
Strange scramble position. Anybody's guess as to who ends up in control.
Beautiful scramble. Both men trading positions. Kazakh man on top may try and work for a crucifix position here.
These little scrambles like that are literally my favorite part of mixed martial arts. It's where every even fight is won, in these little scrambles.
Oh, that's beautiful transition into the mount. But then Simicic done a good job to reclaim the guard very quickly. Foot on hip, may try and look for submission. Zolotykh has given him no space at all to work. Beautiful distribution of weight from Zolotykh.
Vojislav has got to use that underhook to his advantage. Get the feet on the floor. Try and use the buck and the hip escapes here. Now he's got his feet connected with the ground. 40 seconds left on our clock, even though we just heard the 10-second clapper.
I don't think the 10-second clapper took into consideration the... I don't think they took into consideration the break and play for the low blow, yeah. Round ended potentially a little early there.
Interesting. Here we see the back take. Anatoliy was just a little bit low on that. He was chasing the mount. Had a great takedown as well. Looked to get the high crotch and then kick the base leg away to secure the top position. head kick. Vojislav. Round two.
Oh, solid
nice
kick to the body. Simicic is trying to find a home for that head kick.
Heavy shoulder from Anatoliy here. And this is a battle for underhooks. We were speaking about this earlier with the cage behind your fingers. It makes it difficult to pull the full grips.
Getting cheese grated.
Yeah, cheese grated. That was it. He did a good job of circling him away now. He's going to look to hit bump him down to the ground. Mat return.
Vojislav is actually fighting very, very well here. It's just that Anatoliy is fighting even better.
There's that leg lace we see.
Oh, guess
second hook is in.
Has to be wary of crossing the legs.
Danger's close now. Looking
trying
to the arm trap.
Switches to the body triangle. With the body triangle, every breath now that Vojislav takes will compress him a little bit more and restrict him of his breathing.
Nice job with that body triangle. First one we've seen so far in this bout.
Very intelligently tucking the instep in behind the knee, but great work to get out of it momentarily from Vojislav.
That's the thing with the body triangle. It's tight and it saps your breathing mechanism, but also it's a little bit easier to turn towards your opponent, particularly if you go to the side of the lock and put pressure on the ankles.
Yeah.
With the traditional hooks, if your opponent rolls, the reason they're there on the inside of the hips is so you can follow them. So it's a different affordance. But like you said, with the leg lace, with the right leg of Anatoliy, he's making it very difficult for Vojislav to base, to get his feet underneath him, to turn.
May take the back mount here, flatten them out and land strikes. Very dominant round for Anatoliy Zolotykh. Yes, it's a little bit more difficult in the amateurs to work for the rear naked choke because the gloves are a little bit bigger, a little bit more of an impediment, but he's landing big strikes. I would like to see him take the back, hip in, flatten out and land big strikes.
It's a little bit difficult for him to flatten his opponent out with that body triangle. That's the thing. He needs to switch between the body triangle and then the traditional hooks on the back. Make it a little bit easier for him to flatten him out. And Anatoliy wants Vojislav on that left side, and currently the cage is there, so it's a little bit more difficult for him to choke on that side.
Again, a very, very solid round for the Kazakh fighter. If you're in the corner of Vojislav right now, what are you telling him going into a fight he's potentially down 2 rounds in?
I do believe that he's very clearly down 2 rounds. I don't believe he can win by submission. You tell your fighter to trade, take a couple of shots, let your opponent get his confidence up a little bit, and then hit him with your best shot. He's got to try and go for the knockout, but he can't be obvious about it, or he'll get knocked out himself.
And then on the converse of that, if you're in the corner of Zolotykh, you're just going to be saying more of the same, please.
Anatoliy just with the readjustment here of the shin guard. But he's controlling the center of the cage. He's firing those kicks off. He's a master of his distance.
Beautiful sprawl. Heavy, heavy hips. Steps over the
Well,
back. Oh, and turns it
pass.
into a takedown of his own. That's beautiful, beautiful wrestling.
He's got to address the left underhook here, though. Otherwise, he risks a sweep or the back take. Full guard, Vojislav.
Again, needs to do enough to keep himself honest here. Strikes progress past body, body, head.
From here, Vojislav really needs to start to think about putting his feet on the hips. He's got to swing that angle for the submissions if you'd like, but you could argue here he's got to finish this by submission if he's going to stay off of his back.
Trying to work the triangle. Zolotykh squaring the hips very well.
Very smart by Anatoly to attack the body first. Fighters on bottom typically worry most about their head. If you attack the body, takes their attention off the head, then you can attack the head.
Final minute from what has been another very dominant performance from the Kazakh team. All three fights, if this does go to a decision, will have ended by 30-27.
Anatoliy does a great job of being heavy, and every time he rides his opponent, he forces him to carry his weight. Nice mat return from Anatoliy.
Chokes in place, but so is the defense. That defense is usually good for at least 30 seconds or so. Wow, this is the counter to the counter, breaking it. Very impressive. Transition to the back.
Incredible awareness. Nice little heel strikes to the inside of the thigh. Big strikes to close out the round. Huge hammer fist from Mount. That's it.
Dominant performance from Anatoliy.
Did everything but get the finish, and that's me finding something to be critical about. His striking, his cage awareness, cage generalship, positional control, all top notch.
Phenomenal performance so far. Team Kazakhstan has won 4 in a row, won by bye. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why they are the number 3 team in the world. Number 2 teams, of course, are Bahrain and the Russian MMA Union.
At this point, Anatoliy is just icing on the cake, just to finish the masterpiece that he painted inside the octagon today.